filling in for the lovely Imani Paxton Longfall this week. I'm Amber Please, and welcome to this showing of Pussycat Productions' Pink Table Talk. Pink Table Talk is a subsidiary of Pussycat Productions, whose mission is to uplift, enlighten, encourage, and entertain. This show will contain adult content that is unsuitable for children, as well as for some adults. This means that adults should make a conscious decision whether or not to stay. Our special guests on today's show will feature SL Urban Designers, Deadly God, India Belair, Flex Life of the Bakery, Tony Lucas, and Carrie Nonell Baptiste. And our special guest for Word on the Street will be Tata's Licious Jewel. Before we get into that, let me introduce you to these vivacious ladies of the Pink Table. First up, we have Miss Kat. Bless me, please.
Hey, I'm Miss Kat, the Detroit Diva, coming to sit for tea with you guys today.
And we have Mrs. Onyx Sakina Knight Rain.
Hello, I'm Onyx Rain, and welcome to Pink Table Talk.
And we have Mrs. Sabrine Fancy Rain. Fancy?
You know, me and this mic don't get along. If you got some tea, whether it's lukewarm or scorching, I'm sipping it today.
And last but not least, we have our lovely moderator, Miss Japan Halfman Jackson Moore. Take it away.
I'm Miss Japan. I'm Baltimore raised and Tokyo raised. I'd like to welcome you to the show. So Amber, me and the audience want to know, what's the hot topic for this week?
Let me tell you something. Let's start off with Kanye West's hot ass. I'm sorry, I have to say it that way because he decided that he wanted to sprinkle some golden showers up on his one of his many Grammys that he got. Ladies, what do y'all think about that?
You know what? Whatever floats your boat, but y'all know Kanye got issues. Got big issues. You know, he think he Jesus one day, he want to be president, and one day we don't know what's going on with him. But one thing we know for sure, he batshit crazy.
We know that he can end up on Pink Table Talk topics every week if we mess with Kanye, because he never seemed to surprise me.
He never surprised himself.
Right. Last week he was walking on water. This week he's peeing on Grammys.
Right.
So yeah, you got it.
Honestly, I think a lot of that is publicity stunts. I really do.
Yeah.
I cannot believe somebody could be that freaking crazy for real. No, not that crazy. I mean, you know, he just does things, I think, to grab attention. I really do.
I mean, I used to think that way until we received the president that we have, but now I think people actually really do crazy stuff like this.
Just to be seen.
Yeah, just to be seen.
Hold on, though.
Trump wanted to be president just because. I mean, he wanted to rule the world.
And look at the world. Look at it.
And look at it now. You know, we can't even go outside.
Right. What are you going to say, Amber?
No, I was going to say, did you hear what D.L. Hughley said about Kanye, though? He stated that it was really interesting that every time Kanye has an issue, it always falls around the time that his next album is about to come out.
That's true, though. That's why I say publicity.
Yeah, and he said he didn't deny that he was bipolar. He just said, you know, he might need to shut the F up.
But this would make me want to buy Kanye's album.
I'm not a fan of his music, to be honest. And it don't kill me, but I'm really not a fan of it.
I used to like Kanye's music.
Some of it I like, some of it is questionable.
He's a good writer.
Yeah, he's interesting at best.
Yeah. But
how many people in the audience?
Controversial. He's
too controversial. Too controversial.
Yeah.
How many people in the audience have watched P Valley? Clap if you have.
Oh my gosh, yes.
P Valley.
Yeah. Valley where the girls get naked.
What do y'all think about? What do my hosts think about this show now?
Well, it's a good show. It's a really good show. I hate to see how long it's going to take for the next season to come, but during this COVID time, but it's a good show. Because they're not on Tyler Perry set where, it's Tyler Perry set. They're still filming and everything.
You said what?
You didn't like it?
I like it. I haven't seen that many episodes of it. I just started watching it on Hulu, and if anybody else like me don't like commercials and is slow with watching shows on the day they're supposed to come out,
I watch it on Stars actually, and then you don't get the commercial.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it. My favorite character is
Uncle Clifford.
Yes, it's Uncle Clifford. It's his fabulous self.
Isn't he fabulous?
Yeah,
He's a love character. Yeah.
But now, according to the writer, the lady who writes that show, she said that she actually went around to southern states and talked to strippers who lived that life, and these are some of their stories.
That's a good way to do it. I can believe that. I mean, you got to do your homework if you want the show to be
believable, though. The storylines are very believable.
Nah, I can't believe my mother would steal my money now. I mean, that's just unfreaking believable to me.
Well, speaking of stealing money, what about the NFL player who stole $24 million in COVID money? Are you talking about stealing money? I mean,
didn't he? He was balling it out, wasn't he?
For COVID,
he was balling it out.
Yeah, because they said they actually paid out $17 million of that.
$17 million.
Wow.
$17 million is to me a real big shame because I know a lot of people personally who are struggling with the COVID situation to keep meals on the table, to keep their rent paid.
Yes.
And so it really makes me look at him as less, I can't look at him with
you lost respect for him.
Losing down. Neighborhoods are losing their small store. And he is
right, because supposedly this was COVID money. He did a scheme to file fraudulent loan applications worth up to $24 million with their payment protection check program or whatever that program for the small businesses. And out of that, he got paid out of it, and it was 10 of them. They filed a whole bunch of applications, but the applications all added up to $24 million. But they actually got paid 17 out of that money. So they did
out $1 million. they did not have done that.
And then you got these people waiting on a stimulus check. We can't get a stimulus check.
Well, TT, please let the stimulus check go. We do this every week. You're not getting one. Your name ain't on the list, TT. Stop it.
Yeah, we're not getting that check, but celebrities like Kanye West got $1 million for his business. A couple other celebrities got millions for their businesses, but we can't even get $1,200.
This is the funny thing is these are businesses that are not in danger in going
Thank you.
That is
exactly
getting all this money.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, these community businesses are folding over every single day.
Right.
Business close their doors in the communities every day because they can't pay their employees. They can't pay overtime. Some employees have to make a decision: do I work part-time and collect unemployment, or what? And this is.
But you forgot the fact that a lot of these kids are at home now, so a lot of people can't go to work. I mean, it's either go to work or send the kids in the COVID. It's just crazy.
I want my grandbabies to go to school.
Right.
Everybody wants, life to resume to what it was, but when you have a president who doesn't care and who's not putting things into place for people to be safe when they go out, because we're still everybody's still on their own. You know what I'm saying? And that COVID number is steady rising.
I believe our president is concerned with his comfort.
Right.
Well, his comfort's going to be limited once he goes to jail.
So he's concerned with an election.
Yes,
With the election. You see,
I gotta be trying to figure out who his lawyer gonna be to represent him, because
it was said that if he does not win this election, he may be the first president
to be jailed.
To do actual time in jail.
But you know that old saying, when someone shows you who they are the first time, you better believe it.
You better believe it.
And speaking of getting folded over, let's talk about Mike Tyson. Okay. Why? About Mike Tyson? Did anybody see his Google video of training? He's supposed to do an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. Did anybody see that hotness? He wants to fight Mike Tyson. Nobody.
Well, he might bite your ear off again. You never know. Let him get mad.
It's not even that though. I did see an article where Roy Jones said he made a mistake. Roy Jones said he made a mistake, but I would have said that too. Mike Tyson's pretty like he'll punch a brick.
Mike Tyson hit hard. I think when Mike Tyson hit anybody, you feel it. Okay?
Yeah, he
thought about that.
He's over 50 and he's never been out of shape. Ain't nobody fighting this man. And he's over 50 and he's still as fast as he was when he was in his 20s. So not only you getting your ass whooped, you can't even get a punch in. Ain't no Roy Jones, I wish him the best.
Let me tell y'all something. When you fight a crazy person, they hit hard. So, Mike Tyson is considered certifiably nuts. I mean, he's auctioning off his daughter, actually.
Oh, wow.
But if you marry his daughter, he's going to give you $1 million.
It was
that's cold.
Propose to my girl.
Well, what she look like? What the girl look like?
Her dad. She looked like a heavyweight fighter, okay?
I don't even know what this.
No, wait a minute. Allegedly.
She's a big girl, but she's more of like a kind of like somewhat of a manly big girl, not like your soft, squishy big girl. I don't know how
to. Almost like you said, she took like all Mike Tyson traits.
So fellas, if you struggling during this COVID, go propose to Mike Tyson's daughter, and you gonna have a come up, okay?
I'm a good devil's advocate. I'm really gonna hope that through all this, she finds someone she really likes. She doesn't need. And I try everyone in there.
Now I don't know how many of y'all watched that reality show. With Joe Budden and what is that? What's the name?
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop New York. And you got Joe Budden and Brandy now.
Joe Budden in an interview shot his shot at Brandy.
And he wants to date Brandy. But we all know Joe Budden can't stay clean for 24 hours. You know what I mean? So
allegedly.
Allegedly, he talk about being in and out of rehab. Allegedly.
We're not going.
America loves Brandy, and we're so proud of her for being able to hold on to her money. Because it seems like in Hollywood nowadays they having a real hard time.
Let her mess with Joe Budden.
With Joe, she be broken a week. It's just.
I mean, granted, he's a good-looking guy, but don't keep hope alive. I guess that's all I'm saying.
So why can't? Let me ask this then. Why can't people stay together? Celebrities have a hard time staying together. Like, look at Cardi B.
Just like look at Cardi B. But her reasons for divorcing her husband to me are ludicrous. Because what she's saying is, before he does cheat, before he does have a baby outside of the marriage, before he does anything wrong, she's going to divorce him. That is not a relationship. Whereas what she's saying is she never had a relationship with the guy at all.
Well,
But to
also
me,
too,
and I try everyone.
No, it doesn't.
And I try everyone.
It holds it, but it holds them tight for a minute. I'm just saying.
She says she don't. She says she does not cook or clean, but she gonna tell you how she got that ring. She gonna also tell you how he went out the door, because something's not adding up.
According to our boy Trey Songz.
Oh Lord, we done. What he say?
According to Trey Songz, that women in the 90s can't cook. All they know how to do
See?
is work.
See,
You know, I really can't comment on that either because.
But you know that's come on, stop it.
I mean, we kind of live in a world. We kind of live in a world where
of instant gratification, but I can instantly cook you breakfast, goddamn it. All I gotta do is take it out the damn freezer and put it in the freaking microwave.
That's what I'm saying. We live in a world where people actually do shit no more. They more so got it done. Like the internet, you don't have to look up. You just look up anything and go find it. Back in the day, we had to actually go to a library.
They used to pass down cookbooks. You know,
who reads a cookbook anymore? You go on the internet. You know what I'm saying? How you cook it? Watch a video. Okay.
Now, wait a minute. I just submitted a recipe to my sorority. So it'll be in their cookbook. So.
But I mean, that's beautiful. But I mean, how many people is really doing that? How many little girls are sitting on the counter watching grandma cooking breakfast and dinner and whatnot? Those days we don't.
How many's grandmothers is home?
Well, if and when I become a grandmother, I'm gonna teach my grandbaby. My grandbaby's gonna do some cooking. She's gonna take some weight off me.
You so silly.
They don't like instant food. My grandchildren are spoiled. They don't like instant food.
Neither do mine.
You get them to your house and pull out the Kraft macaroni and cheese, and they'll look at you like you lost your damn mind.
Right.
But I think that's true for some people. However, I do not think it's true for all people, and I definitely don't think it's true for people now during this pandemic. I think that people have been forced to. Well, pretty much families have become closer together. Let me say that because of the COVID, because you don't have nothing to do but be around them all day long.
Yeah, but
you have to build a relationship.
Ain't nobody cook. That's some sad shit.
But I can cook though.
Everybody close and can't nobody cook. Y'all all sitting in the house together, locked up, and you can't even get no home cooked meal. Everybody getting fat from ordering out. It's ugly.
It is.
It's ugly.
It is. It's very.
Okay, now what about this? Kobe Bryant's wife put her own mother out and took a car.
That bitch said something.
You know what? I wouldn't even, if she put her own mother out. We don't know what happened. I just said.
But when somebody dies, people do go through a grieving period.
Yeah, that woman lost her child and her husband at the same time. You don't know how anything could happen. She could snap. That's hard. That's hard. I'm sorry. I feel for her on anything. And then as far as the mother, I don't know what to say because that's what they're going through. That woman lost her, she lost a child and a husband. There's nothing I can really on the same day. Suddenly, I don't know what her response. No one knows what her response would be. What she could do. She could, like I said, she could snap. That's something very hard for anyone to go through.
And then you have to question, just to be a devil's advocate. If this is a family situation that should be private, as a mother, why are you going on public television or doing an interview publicly and crying about that situation unless it involves money? It has to be
trying to be
because she did something. Because she did something she wasn't supposed to.
But you're supposed to be trying to, I grew up where you don't put your business on the street like that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm falling out with my family member, I'm not gonna put it on Facebook or on the street. Oh, I can't stand it. You're not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep talking to this family member behind the scenes or whatever. But I'm not gonna put it out there. You put your family stuff in the street. Other people get in your family business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't want people in your business because that usually makes it worse. You got people that's gonna make it worse. You got people that's gonna try to make it better. You know what I'm saying? Right. Why? You should discuss it with that person. So whatever's going on with her, that's between her and her mom. And her mom, to me, was wrong, yes, for going to the media. That's wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that to my child. So I think that's wrong. But again, that woman is going through a lot. So who knows what she could be putting her mother through anything. But still, that woman going through a lot.
She's going through a lot herself, yes.
Yeah, she lost her child and her husband. They were married a long time.
So I just want to let everybody know real quick. The Fly on 69 contest board is up over there on the wall. Please vote for your favorite one, and we will announce the winner later on.
Yeah, please vote.
Yeah. Next up, everybody, we have Word on the Street with Onyx. Onyx, that's it. Take it away.
Thank you. And today on Word on the Street, we have Tatalicious. She is showing us all of this black girl magic, avatar magic, where she is Ugly Radio's chief marketing officer, who is in charge of all marketing aspects, including public relations. So, she's also managing DJ Super Ugly and Vendetta. So, let's hear from her and tell us all about it, Miss Tata.
Thank you.
So, you want to tell us something about the things that you do, far as all of the promotion work and everything that you do?
Well, I am the Chief Marketing Officer for Ugly Radio. And I also, along with Soleil Star, we provide DJs for your events. I should say DJs and hosts.
Okay. So, what made you want to do this job?
I fell into it accidentally.
Oh.
Yeah. What happened was, about 5 years ago, I noticed that DJ Super Ugly, he was doing all the promoting and TPing for his set. So I asked him, could I spam for him? And he said yes. So that's how I fell into being his manager. Then he came up with the idea in 2014, 2015 to start a radio station.
Okay.
And because I have a real life background in marketing and PR, he asked me to do the PR for.
Okay, so you kind of utilized your skills in real life and brought them to SL to better your SL life.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. What's the most satisfying part about the job that you do?
Well, as far as getting DJs, when people request them for their events, is when I get positive feedback. I've never gotten any negative feedback from anyone who has ever booked one of our DJs. And I do my best to try to match up the DJ to what the person wants.
Okay, y'all hear that? She don't have any negative feedback, so don't nobody be hating on her.
No, and we get requests for certain DJs.
Okay, so if the audience wants to get in touch with you on social media or Facebook, Facebook or any other social media or right here in SL, how would they do it?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me is on Facebook, and my name on Facebook is Judy Craig, Judy with an I.
Okay, y'all, Judy Craig, Judy with an I, not Judy with the booty, but Judy.
Hey, so even though I manage certain DJs, it doesn't matter. If you want to book an Ugly Radio DJ, you can hit me up, and I will do my best to get you the DJ that you want and a host.
And let me tell y'all, she's good to her word because me and Tata worked together for many a year.
Yes, and I take pride in my work, and I try to get the best host that I possibly can, because to me, the DJ and the host have to have a relationship.
Yes.
And they have to be able to work together, and I try to match them up because I want satisfied customers, and I want repeat customers.
Yes, that's the way you make your millions.
Yes.
Okay, well, we like, on the behalf of Word on the Street and Pink Table Talk, like to thank you for taking this time out to come out and share with us what you do.
Okay, and thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Ladies, it's back to you.
Fitness on Fire Gym at Street Life offers state-of-the-art workout equipment, a full-service spa, exercise classes, and a gym that also offers boxing. That's Fitness on Fire Gym at the Street Life Gym. Soulstar Entertainment. Soulstar Entertainment is a full-fledged entertainment company that provides all kinds of entertainers, such as singers, poets, voice actors, and DJs. Our active performers are Java Divine Zoo, Ariana Voss, Kiki Blue, Mookie Lozamo, DP Zoo, Anthony Lionheart, Nori Portofino, and some of the hottest DJs from Ugly Radio, such as our assistant manager, Taisha, aka DJ Chocolate Sin, DJ Raji, DJ K1, DJ Bricks, DJ Phoenix, and DJ Rebel, aka Lucy Dean, who is also a spoken word artist. SSE also provides marketing, event planning, productions of CG animations / Machina videos. Also, contact for Soulstar Entertainment is Soleil, pronounced Soleil Star, and Taisha Zevius. Ugly Radio, featuring some of the most celebrated and creative mixologists. Ugly Radio aims to meet the ever-changing music tastes of its listeners. The sole goal of Ugly Radio is to provide never-ending musical pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ugly Radio has been named 5 as the best urban radio station, and with award-winning DJs on its roster, Ugly Radio DJs mix live and cover genres from almost every era, and will, without hesitation, mix different genres to the surprise and delight of their audiences. Nothing is off limits at Ugly Radio. Contacts are Soleil Star or Tatalicious Jewel / Judy Craig on Facebook. Ugly Radio, the home of non-stop entertainment. Melanated Entertainment Firm. Melanated Entertainment is your go-to for the exclusive upmarket adult experiences. We provide sophisticated venues for our events, experienced event planners, and seasoned decor experts to give you exactly what you envision and more. Atop that, we excel at helping you bring out your inner freak. All these services and more provided intimate staff. Follow Melanated for all your entertainment needs. Contacts are Honey Dallas, that's Honey Woo on Facebook, and or Angelus Amante on Facebook, Augustus Angelus Amante. That's Melanated Entertainment Firm.
Now, for those who are trying to get on their A game on the grid, if you're trying to get that makeover, if you're trying to be in the know, joining us today are our very special guests, and they're here to school us on how to dress for success. We have Deadly God, India Belair, Flex Life of the Bakery, Tony Lucas, and Carrie. Oh, I'm so sorry. Carrie O'Neill Baptiste. If I said that wrong, please forgive me. But welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Welcome. So we're going to start off with you, Flex. We're going to start off with you, Flex. Tell us, what are you doing to this urban press? We hear about the bakery. What is that?
Man, it's my clothing store. I bring clothing for men, mostly men. Shoes, accessories, jewelry, hats. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a market that most people on the designer side don't really tackle too much. There's a few people that do, but not too many. You always got females with all these clothing stores. And then you got guys like, man, I only got 3 stores to shop at. I don't know where to go. So I said, hey, I can do it. I can mesh stuff myself. You know what I'm saying? So let's make some money out of it. Hell yeah!
Awesome. 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 So you do your own mesh?
Hell yeah! I'm the GOAT. Don't let nobody tell you different.
Let me ask you a question. What bodies do you make your clothes for? All bodies or specific?
Well, it's based on what bodies is specifically popular. Like, I could do it for many bodies, but mostly males wear the I want to say the aesthetic, the signature, Jake, and now Legacy. You ain't gonna see too many men wearing Slink and all those other weird bodies. Same thing for females. Specific bodies that I make it for: Freya, Hourglass.
Okay. Do you do customs as well?
I used to do customs way back then. Starting out as practice. Hone my skills, but
all right.
India. Yes, India.
Hey.
Tell us about what you got going on, Miss India.
Well, outside of when I DJ, I wanted to have something else to do, and I challenged myself to learn Photoshop. And the easiest way I thought for me to learn Photoshop in the beginning was to make clothes. So I started House of Vito, and I started off, making those applier clothes. Really wasn't a whole lot of mesh then. But, as time progressed, I learned how to mesh. So when I have free time, I do make original mesh. And I still make clothing and accessories for ladies.
And I know she does custom. I know she does custom.
I do customs. It just honestly depends on the item and the customer. A lot of times I'll just keep it real. A lot of times you get people who have unreal expectations of how mesh works in the game, especially when it comes to the different bodies and when it comes to rigging those things. So depending on the project, depending on how much time I have available for the project, I may or may not take a custom order.
Okay,
that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of people on here that take on more than they could chew.
And, yeah.
That's where everything.
Mr. Lucas, welcome to Pink Table Talk. Now tell us something about yourself.
Thank you. I do male clothes. I have a male store, mostly Legacy, Belize, and it's those 2 bodies. And I started because a lot of people have been asking about male clothes. Not enough male clothes on the grid, so I started doing male clothes. Started like 3 years ago. Just been practicing, learning the meshing and learning how to, make the mesh wearable in Second Life. Not too heavy, not too, distorted. That's about it.
You're also a original mesh creator as well.
Yes.
Awesome. And Deadly God, let's get to you. We know you
That
have
is me.
We know everyone has your TV.
Good old TV.
Well,
the crazy part about that is when I wasn't even on Second Life. My friend told me to come back to Second Life. So I took like a little break, and then I came back because I used to do like YouTube videos and then like a little bit of SEO, search engine optimization with websites and hosting. And
So I seen K-Cam had a TV, and I had another TV called NAC, and I guess they went out of business. So I'm like, oh man, I want to make a TV like K-Cam. So I decided to make a TV around like 2013. And then after I made a TV, I said, you know what? I want to make tablets. So I made a tablet. I made games, consoles, mostly like, I guess I'm pretty much like the Best Buy second, like when it comes to like electronics. So now I'm making like, you know, like shoes. And this is the thing a lot of people gotta understand about me. I don't actually mesh or texture any of my stuff. A lot of people in here, they try to take credit for a lot of people that do the hard work like Flex and Tony, but I don't really do that. I'm kind of like if this was the Avengers, I'm kind of like Nick Fury. I just put everything together and just come up with this idea. But I do some coding in the back end for my websites and all that. But other than that, I don't really mesh or texture or anything like that. I get people like Moni, who's a good scripter, to help me out. But I just come up with the idea and then we just put it together.
I understand that concept. I'm good at that.
Right. So you're kind of like put together. Because a lot of the top designers, people don't realize that's a team.
That's a team of people, yeah.
That's a team of people. It's not usually one person, because that's a lot of work.
Right.
For one person.
Carrie, tell us what's going on with you.
Yes.
And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Well, I don't make anything. I have tried, but didn't work in my favor. So I commend everyone sitting here beside me that has that talent, okay? But I am the founder of the Baptiste Family Foundation, which is a private nonprofit organization here on SL that I started back in 2015. This foundation was intended to provide financial support to SL organizations that do fundraising to help either children, women, men, seniors, and the LGBTQ community for various reasons: physical, mental health treatment, healthcare awareness, related human services such as homelessness, hunger, education. Basically, I tried to support organizations here on the grid that are fundraising for RL charities or doing some type of awareness positively. So that's what I do, and been around for a little while. So yeah,
I do.
How does somebody get in touch with you?
And
if they want
clothing.
You can get in touch with me in World, or you can get in touch with me on Facebook, Carrie Noel Baptiste on Facebook, and you can clearly see my profile here, and you can get in contact with me either way.
Do you have any interesting trips coming up?
Trips?
Don't you? Do you do trips or anything like that?
I go on a lot of trips.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Australia soon and looking at Jamaica.
I have to talk to you about that.
But no, I don't. But I do love to travel on SL. That's one of my favorite things to do. You know, on SL is to go exploring. That's on the grid to explore. So yeah, that's one of my fun things to do.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. I wanted to ask some of you people. You know, there's a lot of people interested in going into designing and looking at designing. And one of the hardest things in designing or any business on SL is getting help or learning stuff. So do you guys help? Do any of you guys, help people with each one of you guys? As far as helping people
to be honest, Flex helped me out with a lot of stuff. Like even when it came to chains, the chain I got on right now, he made that. That's when he used to do customs. But other than that, like it depends. Like a lot of people, depending on who you go to, they might help you. It's kind of like when you first get on Second Life and you need help with your avatar. Some people won't help you with your avatar. They'll tell you Google it and you'll just be like upset about it. But sometimes it's better to learn on your own, because you don't want to be around them type of people that probably won't just help you, because they're looking at it like, hey, you might get in my company. Let's say I make clothes and you make clothes. They're gonna be like, oh man, what if I show you how to make clothes and you might have a better company than me later on. Now I'm gonna lose money and I'm gonna go bankrupt. So they look at it like that. So I kind of understand it, but it's kind of messed up, because I feel like everybody on Second Life can eat. So
Right. That's what
I'm gonna say this.
True.
Okay.
So there's not a problem with helping out somebody who wants to learn how to do this. The problem comes in when that person has to show some sort of dedication for their self. I can show you how to do it, but you have to take that knowledge to practice on your own time. So if I show you how to do something, you have to say, okay, he taught me how to do something new. I need to practice this over and over again so I could be able to say I can do it like that. If I show you one time and then we move on to the next thing and you ask me, oh, well, how did I do the last thing that you showed me how to do? It's going to come to a problem where I'm like, yo, you're not practicing. You're constantly going to me to ask these same simple questions. You have to learn the basics before you learn the advanced stuff. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you can run. If you start running, you're gonna trip. And when you trip, you're gonna fall hard. You're not gonna want to do this no more. You're gonna give up. You're gonna be like, fuck it. And then it's gonna probably be 5 years before you decide, okay, I want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a weird thing. You know, it's some people that you do want to show because you know they're gonna take it serious, but then it's people you don't want to show because you know they're just gonna waste time. Not that you don't want to slow up their hustle. It's just you know them. You know they're just gonna be on some bullshit. You know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to want it.
Right.
They're gonna have to want it.
Me? When I first started out, nobody helped me. Nobody showed me how to do anything. The only thing I had was YouTube, time, and that's it. All I did was sat down and did what the other guy did on the video. And then I just applied it to Excel.
Donnie's Soul Food. Donnie's Soul Food, home of the Biggie Smalls breakfast, baby, serving BU and non-BU meals. Come join us for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We cater special events. Contacts are Jay Lauder and Dawn Garside. We have Donnie's Soul Food here today in our audience, and she's asked me to tell you about her new chicken sandwich. You can get her chicken sandwich here. We have it up on stage at the counter. It's just 125 lindens, and trust me, it's well worth it. You get a big, juicy, thick piece of chicken breast fried to perfection with pickles and Donnie's special sauce on a hot buttered roll. That's Donnie's Soul Food. Taboo Rain Live. Live music is one of the most powerful ways to connect with new audiences. Taboo Rain Live is committed in showcasing the best in live entertainment. The fantastic Rain Auditorium and Rain Showplace, venues in which you will see that soulful crooner Taboo Rain with the sweetest Taboo band, as well as some of SL's best live performers. Taboo Summit and Copa Live are incredible venues for open mic and spoken word, and much, much more. Taboo Rain Live consists of 5 venues for the very best in live entertainment. Keziah's Kitchen. Keziah's Kitchen started in May 2020. It's a BU-friendly food truck and catering, also providing sip and paints to BU and non-BU members. Contacts are Keziah Springflower. That's Keziah's Kitchen. Unified Shapes. Unified Shapes established in 2015 and proud to be a Black Excellence Gala winner for Best Shape Designer. With unified expertise and precision, they specialize in shapes for all and any size and background. Unified is about everyone being beautiful as one, no matter our size or ethnic background. A bunch of red roses is boring, but a whole bunch of different flowers with those roses make it beautiful. We believe there's nothing better than enhancing that beauty and bringing out your true personality. Be true to yourself, no matter what or who you are. Let Unified help shape your second life so that you feel like you are loved. That's Unified Shapes. Peanuts SL Seafood Kitchen is open. Ciro's Market and Keziah's Kitchen has collaborated to bring you a taste of Louisiana seafood. Located on Bourbon Street on the Mardi Gras Sem that also houses the Say What talk show, Macchiato Media, and much more. We offer BU meals, low priced, and non-BU meals free. Take your food to go or sit near the water. Enjoy your meal in our outdoor dining area. All BU meals are SG. Open 24/7 for your convenience. Back to you, Kat.
What do you? Your answer to the same question.
Okay, I've had people come to me multiple times, to learn how to mesh. I've given everybody a link to a class that you can take. Depending on whether or not it's on sale, it's usually on sale between $10 USD and $20 USD. I can tell you that not one of them that I've given the link to this class to teach you how to mesh has finished it.
Oh, wow.
or done it. The problem with a lot of people in SL is they want you to hold their hand to learn stuff. And I get that everybody learns differently, but the class that I direct people to actually gives you the basics: how to install the software, how to, what the tool shelf is, how to add a piece of mesh, how to do all of these things. You have to know how to do all of those things before someone can actually teach you other things. And people don't want to go learn the basics in order to get there. Like I tell people all the time, the easiest thing to do a lot of times in SL is not even making clothes, because the rigging is what takes forever. Rigging and making, the different sizes to fit the mesh bodies with the different dev kits, and not all of them are the same. It's a pain. And unless you're a patient person and you like puzzles, you could be making anything. The urban side of the grid needs all of it. They need accessories. We need shoes. We need jewelry. We need hats. We need everything. The class that I tell everyone to go take teaches you all of that stuff. So if you really want to do it, it literally does take time and dedication. Even when it comes to DJing, and I've trained other DJs when I had my university. Listen, DJ, if you don't practice, I literally, even though I've been doing this since 2012, I will open virtual DJ and I will practice. You have to put effort into anything that you want to do. And I'll be honest,
Absolutely.
if you start to mesh, you probably won't be ready for a good year to put out something that you're confident to sell, unless you don't work in real life and you spend every moment working in Blender and learning how to do things. It's not just about making it and bringing it in. It's about making it so that you're not lagging your customers. It's about understanding how those things work in Second Life. It's about, paying attention to detail that you need to add to your items to make it. Yeah, unless you're a team, right? You got to mesh the item, then you have to texture the item, right? And then you have to prepare it to sell. It's so much to creating. I don't think a lot of people really understand. If you're not a team, I'm not a team, it's just me. I have to mesh it, texture it, bring it in worlds, box it, do advertising for it, and put it up for sale. It's a dedication. And I tell a lot of people all the time, you have to stop playing the game at a certain point in a certain way in order to be a successful creator. You can't spend all of your time playing SL when you have deadlines and other things to do. So it does take a little bit of giving up the actual playing of SL to be able to be successful creator.
But at the end of the day, have fun.
Yes.
And the same question as the rest of them.
Yeah, that all that's very understandable. Being a person who kind of dabbled in it a little bit, because like I said, before I was doing the classic clothes, and I dabbled a little bit, with the applying textures to mix. But I get what you're saying about the rigging and all that, and that's understandable because I see a lot of people say they want to be a designer or whatever, but they got to understand that you got to really want to do it. It's got to be something you like. It's got to be something you want to spend time doing, because if you don't like it and it's not something you really want to dedicate your time to, you shouldn't want to. It's not nothing.
Shouldn't put it out.
I'll be honest with y'all. There's a lot of people who do not want to learn how to mesh. They think that it's too complicated, and that's okay. You just might be a texture artist. I know a lot of successful clothing stores who are texture artists. They take anybody's mesh, they get in Photoshop, right? Make outstanding textures that it doesn't even look like the same mesh, and they get invited to events for original mesh because their texturing is so awesome that the item doesn't even look like it's a full perm mesh. Don't ever be ashamed to start somewhere. Most designers started off as texture artists. There's still a lot of successful people on this game. Beautiful Dirty Rich. Her textures are amazing. She uses full perm mesh. My friend Moo is another one. Dariana Coco does good stuff. I forgot her name, starts with Adriana Bogart. Her store, I forgot the name of it. These people actually you can spend all your time in texturing in Photoshop and make magnificent clothes. The only thing that's going to sell your clothes is great textures and a great ad picture. That's it.
That is true. And as a consumer, that's what we look for. I look for nice textures. I look for nice rigging. That little wrinkle in the blouse or something that looks natural. Exactly. We look for that. And we can appreciate, and we remember those designers too, because we'll look for them. And but we appreciate good work.
Because you have some designers, they make nice clothes, but the colors are basic.
And it's not rigged right.
And, it's just basic colors. I mean, we buy it. We do buy them.
But ladies,
looking for something more?
Do you do the little test? I do a little test when I'm trying on demos. You do a little dance to see if anything's breaking. I
thought I was going to do that.
I will dance.
You're going somewhere. But let me ask this one question to all the designers, because this is in my head. When you make something that is transparent, why is it so far away from the body?
I can answer that. Yeah. So the rigging process, yes, clipping. So, okay, SL bodies are not perfect by far. They're not perfect. You got Maitreya, you got some jagged areas on the Maitreya, then you got the Belisa with the ankles. Then, it's one of those situations where if you put it too close to the body, then when you bend your arm is going to clip through the outfit. Yep. So how do we fix that? Well, we can try smoothing out the area when rigging, but it's still going to clip through the arm. So we have to basically make the clothing float on your body just so you can bend your arm and be like, oh, well, it might be a little bit.
Sometimes it looks like a whole body.
That has to do a lot too with rigging. You have some people don't understand rigging. Rigging just ain't attaching the body to the rig and then bringing it in the game. You actually have to actually go through every bone in that body, move it, smooth out the weights, and make sure that they go from red to like turquoise. It's a gradient thing. It goes from red is the most weight, turquoise is the least amount of weight. And then you also have to understand that multiple bones carry weight, and you have to almost get it to a point where it's kind of being pulled by certain bones a certain way, and it's not an easy thing. It's a very time consuming thing.
Some people that you can wear their transparent clothes and you don't have this issue.
But that goes back to what she's saying with the rigging.
Right.
Some designers are very. Right. When they rig every skeleton, the skeleton.
Skeleton, okay.
But you gotta remember when I said for customs. Yeah. Remember when I said for customs, people have unreal expectations of rigging in Second Life, and I'll give you a perfect example: the armpit. That's a thing. You can go put on a shirt from anybody. When you move that arm and it moves in a certain way, the armpit usually just in every piece of clothing, it just never it never gets the weights correctly. I don't know who
that's why you always have to alpha them out. Yeah.
Well, you have to alpha. You have to know that rigging is not perfect. Every dev kit are made by different creators of the bodies. The weights are different. The weights that are in the bodies in the dev kit that are in world. So you're always trying your best to get those weights as close to perfection as you can. Sometimes there's clipping. That's the reason that you have alphas and that you have the alpha layer. If you're baked on mesh, you got to use your alpha.
Plus, you gotta remember, you gotta account for people who this is no shade to all my big females out there.
Yeah.
But we have to account for the fact that y'all put y'all body on 100, y'all booties on 100, y'all legs on 100. It's nothing. Don't get it twisted. I like that about a woman. You know what I'm saying? She fit. But at the same time, you got
a designer. That's a different story, huh?
Right.
It is because the body is made a certain way. When you move the sliders and make it bigger, you actually change how much the weights actually affect the piece actually affect the garment. So when you put your legs on 100 or your butt on 100 or your boobs on 100, once you expand that mesh so far, the weights are just different, and it will never be right. That's why you got to use.
And it stretches the textures too.
Yeah.
Somebody just pointed out in the comment section, about scalers. I didn't even know this about scalers also. So I was making a female outfit, and I made some denim shorts. I didn't know females were wearing enhancers for their booties. So when somebody hit my box mad at me, talking about, this ain't rig right. It don't even fit my ass right. It's not even fitting my body. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I like y'all was discussing earlier, with the dancing, making sure it fits. I make all the females that test out my things dance. So when she put it on, I was just so confused because, first of all, the Freya body is just as popular as any other body. So it's not working for her. I was like, what are you talking about? So come to find out, she was wearing enhancers, and that's another problem. People wear certain body attachments that might appear that's fucking it fuck up the rig, but the rig is not fucked up. And right,
it moves the body. It moves the position of some of the bones that are used, which makes the clothes appear to not fit the body correctly because the bones have been adjusted inside the skeleton of the avatar. It's not the clothes, right? It's not the mesh body itself. It's the actual thing that you're using to move the bone a certain way.
Oh, okay. Now, Tony, tell us how you market yourself.
I just do male stuff for now because that's how I started, and it's not too many male stores as it is. So I pretty much just cater to the guys.
You make for all the bodies though, right? Aesthetic.
Yeah, I do. Well, not all the bodies. I don't do athletic body, or however you pronounce it.
I know you're talking about aesthetic. Yeah, nobody heard that.
Yeah, aesthetic. Yeah.
Wait a minute
And
now.
the only reason I don't do that is because it's too big, you know. And most of the meshes that I do mesh, I mesh on smaller, you know, dev kits. So to stretch it, like I was saying earlier, stretch it and mess up the texture. Like texture start becoming, you know, stretched, and you know, you won't really be able to see it.
And how long have you been designing?
I've been doing it for about 3 years now. You know, I lost my job in real life, so then I was doing meshing before, but I wasn't really taking it seriously. Right. Until after I lost my job, and then I was like, man, you know, I got to do something. You know, so I just started really taking it seriously. I didn't know how much people really made. Like, I didn't know people really made a living off of Second Life. I just thought people were just saying it just to say it. But then when I got into an event, you know, I started seeing the income. I'm like, okay, you know, I can live off of this. So I just took it seriously after that.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. All righty, we're going to take a quick commercial break before we wrap this show up. Take it away, Miss Asia, Miss Japan. Take it away, please. You know, interested in any businesses that you have, any last, like, comments you want to, like, how to contact you? I'm going to ask each one of you. And I'm going to start off with Deadly. Deadly, any last way to get contact? Any last things you want to throw out there to our guests or anything?
Check out my TVs. If you don't have one, please don't tell somebody else to rent one so you can buy mine.
And tell them the name of your TV.
XTV. Dropping a new TV is going to cost $10,000.
My old TV broke.
Well, no, I'm honestly gonna come out with a TV that's gonna cost $10,000 because I looked at it like Unorthodox came out with some hair for $8,000. So why can't I come out with a TV for $10,000? So why not?
So what does this $10,000 TV do?
It comes up. It's like an LG rollable.
About this price,
so it comes up from yeah. It's a rollable TV. So
can we get a friends and family discount going on? But okay, we'll talk later.
Okay, we can pray about it.
So, Danny, you have a store on Marketplace and a way. How do people?
Yeah, you can check it out on Marketplace or just put in X Control in the search engine, so you'll see it.
Okay.
And I'm number one on Marketplace, so you'll see it.
And he's number one. Go ahead.
All right, number one. All right, so check that out. And Tony, how do they get your products?
Marketplace. I got Instagram.
The name of your store. Make sure you shout that out so they'll know.
The name of the store is Hevo. HEVO. You can find it in the search. HEVO.
HEVO. You said that. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can find us, and that's for men's clothing.
Yeah, men wear. Yeah, I got jewelry too, but not too much jewelry, but mostly clothes.
All right, so y'all make sure y'all hit them up in India.
Thank y'all again for coming, and thank the audience again for joining us. The biggest motivator is yourself. The day your inner self is awakened toward any goal, nobody can stop you from reaching that goal. Imagine being so close to your target and someone tells you to turn back. Imagine how you would feel. You don't get a golden chance like that every day. It depends on you if you take those chances or let go. I never wanted to let go of my golden chance. Sometimes in life situations arise where you are all alone and only you can make the final decision on whether to move forward. Always remember to take that chance.
But I'm classy, rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in their mouth, not a gagging. Bougie. He say the way that thing move, it's a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly, me the room key. I done bled the block and now it's hot, bitch, I'm Tunchi. I'm mood and I'm moody. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie,